In my latest video I talked about how to get into karting from rentals to your own. We mentioned some things about rental racing, with internal championship or even more. So now it's time to talk about how to get into real racing. Let's get into it. Just like for driving on roads, you'll need a driver's license in order to enter a competition. There are several types and grades, depending on age, experience and the driver's results. Licenses are issued by the ASNs, that stands for National Sporting Authorities, namely the national federations. ASNs usually offer two license levels, either national or international, and there are also regional licenses in some countries. National licenses, which may be valid for a day or up to a year, enable competitors to take part in so-called national competitions. In order to enter international competition, the driver must hold an international license, the issuing conditions of which are governed by the international driver licenses for karting drivers and code of driving conduct, and is subject to a medical examination to confirm the driver's capacity to practice the sport of karting. Karting licenses are specific to karts and do not permit the drivers to practice motorsport at the wheel of a car. There are three grades of international karting licenses. Grade G for 12 to 14 years old drivers, Grade F for 14 years old drivers, but only with non-gearbox categories, and Grade E for drivers who are 15 years old or older, which is the one I also have. Holding a license implies that its holder can only enter events recognized by the ASN or by the FIA, including the Czech FIA. Taking part in an event not authorized by the ASN or by the FIA is punishable by sanctions and by the revocation of the license, as would any behavior in serious breach of the valid regulations or of the FIA anti-doping regulations. There are two other types of international licenses in addition to the driving ones: entrant and circuit licenses. After you decided the championship you want to race in, and with your driver's license ready, you'll need to be prepared to come to the racetrack with all the tools and all the knowledge you need to have a nice weekend. So here is where you decide to join a team or even racing by your own. Joining a team can be the easiest solution to face your championship, where the kart is not actually yours but it's under the team's property, and it has a constant maintenance during the time within around experienced people working on it. Joining a team can be very expensive. It also depends by which team you want to join. You must be very careful picking your decision because there is also a factor of trust and comfort around the people that work with you. It might be very disappointing to pay tons of money for them being not satisfied by the work of your mechanics. Also, every test you want to do will also cost you money, for the mechanics service and your team taking your car to the racetrack, making you able to do some free practice. Teams mostly would like to give you a personalized racing suit. Some of them will also offer you more racing gear like shoes or gloves, while you need to buy your own helmet. But you also can race with your own gear, like me. Besides, racing by your own implies that you need to consider all the money you need to spend on traveling, food, the place you want to sleep, like hotels. You also need to take care about all the times in transport, so that means also the preparation of the kart and all the equipment you need to be able to race, like tools, oils, spare parts. Also the registration fee to join the competition and a racing gear which respect the cheap fee I mentioned earlier. You also need a go-kart trolley, which I hope is the correct name since I am trusting Google on this. But the nice thing of racing by your own is that you can invite some friends of yours to actually build up a team that goes fueled by passion and dedication. So you won't need too much money for mechanics. Also, if you just enjoy driving your kart whenever you want, the kart will be all yours all the time you need and can go everywhere, anywhere and anytime. But in both sides, you are responsible of your own driving. That means that if you crash in a race and make some damage to your kart, it will cost you money for the broken parts. Some teams have a deal that stuff like plastics, some scratches under the chassis are fine, so you won't pay for those. But if happens that your chassis totally breaks, the team, depending by your contract, will make you pay a full cost of the chassis or just a part of the total. Depending on which championship you want to compete in, the choices can be more or less practical. If you're more of an amateur driver who just wants to race and have fun and passing a good time, I suggest you about racing by your own, so you can just have a great time with the people you love, culturing a passion, and then, after Saturday is done, pull out that grill and start making some good meat, like on a summer day at the beach. If you're more of a driver who wants to be more competitive, then I suggest you to look around for a good team who can allow you to participate in every race and making you able to reach the top of your capabilities. If you want to race in an important competition, you'll need some support during your journey, showing your talent and grow day by day. We are talking about sponsors. There are generally two ways on how brands can support you in your karting career. Sponsorship can either come in the form of goods that the company provides you, which can be oil, gear, helmets, or any sort of product that can be used in a specific sport, or directly in form of cash. So they pay you to show off their brand logos on your own stuff. You'll need a contract, providing you and the brand having a sponsorship going on. So you'll be authorized to put their marks on your gear and kart, ensuring visibility and making people see what product you are using in the competition, or who is just supporting you. All these brands are not just here for aesthetics. As an example, Racing Europe gave me an helmet for this karting season because mine's homologation has expired, so I need a new one. Alpinestars helped me out with racing gear, so like shoes, gloves and a new racing suit. Very stylish, I would say. Also Eliar Design, who did this wonderful paint job on my helmet. I love this, thank you Elia. And my main sponsor, Pata, which is supporting me a lot during this karting season. And wow, I love their chips. I love these. If you want to join a racing competition, you also need some good training. Usually races are structured between 3 or 2 days. Friday and Saturday are made for free practice, where you can find your optimal setup, while on Sunday there's gonna be one free practice, a qualify, and there can be 2 to 3 races in one day. Usually the first races are shorter, while the last one is the big one, which can also give you more points. But no worries, you will have all the information you need from the race organizers. That of course takes a lot of effort, but not just physical. You'll need your head to be empty in competition, so that also means how to handle your anxiety. Everyone has a different way to lower the anxiety. Some people like to pump themselves up, and some people prefer to have some deep breaths and meditate in their head. In my case, I love to listening to easy music before racing, like Daft Punk or yeah, some funky music, I have it in my playlist. I remember that my anxiety levels were so high that every time I didn't want to race, I often cried for that, but look, also motorsport legends had this kind of problem. In this case, Casey Stoner, 2 times MotoGP world champion, revealed that he suffered severe anxiety and mental distress during his MotoGP career. He described laying on the motorhome floor between sessions being massively depressed, more expressively, waiting to die, and being afraid that he would let his team down if he did not win every race. This is why handling your own emotion is important. Music helped me a lot. You just need to find what can help you the most. This is mostly how to get into racing and competition. I really hope this video has been helpful. I'll keep making content on YouTube. If you would like to give a like to this video and subscribe to my channel, I really appreciate it. And also make sure to follow me on Instagram to be updated with all my stuff. I'm considering making a Discord server just for motorsport, video games and memes lovers. So, thank you so much for watching, see you next time and have a wonderful day.